Okay, Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. Mana yang lain-lain ni? Baru 19 orang. Kita ada 38 kan lebih kurang. Ada kelas ke tadi? Dari pagi? Ada kelas dari pagi? 8.10? Physical ke online?
Online.
Physical? Kelas physical?
Online.
Online? Dah habis kan? Kenapa ramai yang tak join lagi kelas ni? Alright, so it's already 10:11. So we couldn't wait anymore because we have two topics to cover, which is part 3, okay, from topic 1, okay, which is mental model of HCI, and a new topic 2, which is paradigm of HCI. So I should start now, right? Because later on we cannot finish. We will not finish. So that's why I should start first, alright? So please join our class quickly. Let your friends know that join the class quickly. Okay, attendance is compulsory, right? Okay. So okay, thank you, Amirul, for the response. All right, so before we have a topic sharing by your friends, let me finish from topic 1, part 3, okay, which is mental model, right? Let me share the slide first. Okay, so it's not many, actually. It's can embed in one chapter actually, but I'm not sure why it's separated in 3 parts. Okay, but never mind, I did comment, okay, so that later on, okay, not you guys lah, the next batch, and we'll have a proper structured chapter. Alright, so can you see my screen now? Boleh nampak? I have a slide of topic 1 part 3, which is mental model. Alright, okay, thank you, Amirul. Okay, let's make it bigger. Okay, guys, mental model. Okay, do you think about mental model? Any thoughts before I proceed? What is mental model? Anyone want to have a try? You wrong, salah tak apa. Okay, I would like you to try. What's you think mental model is it? Of course, don't refer to the slide, kan? Referring to the text, okay, the title, mental model. What do you think? What is mental model? Apa ke bendanya mental model ni? What do you think? Aja. Okay. Okay. Saya tak nampak. Pemikiran seseorang. Alright, good. Because you understand the word mental, right? It's about our ni lah, pemikiran seseorang, human, human punya thinking. Because mental, right? Okay. Right, good try, Amirul. Anyone else? Apa tu? Izdiat ada nak cakap sesuatu ni, dia tu dia sedang berfikir. So what is next after What is mental model? Amirul, yes, you correct. It's related with our human thinking. Okay. Anyone else want to try? Marilah cuba, takkan saya seorang cakap, tak shock lah. Because we agree to make our class interactive, right? So not only me, it's just talking to myself, right? So I want you to share also shape of human thinking, right? Okay, that's good. Okay, shape of human thinking. You tahu ada pattern, kan? Maksud dia model tu is a pattern, is a framework, is a something lah. So you define it sebagai shape. Yes? Okay, good. Lagi ada shape of human thinking. Alright. So from these two, kan, these two, pemikiran seseorang dengan plus shape of human thinking, Iziat dia tambah lagi, ada shape lagi sebab you nampak perkataan model. Okay, yes, correct. Okay, mental model is something's in your mind. Okay, because we know that we have a different culture, different races, different gender, right? Of course, everyone have their own perception, their own thinking, right? Different. Okay, because we are different. Rambut sama hitam, tapi hati lain-lain kan, orang cakap macam tu kan. So that's why we have a mental model. Anyway, okay, actually, when we make it as a pattern, okay, make it as pattern. Yes, we know the differences, alright? But the differences, actually, we can come up with the similar pattern. What you think might me can think as well. Me can consider, oh, that's suitable as well. Okay, so we can create a pattern, shape. Kalau you cakap shape, pattern, model. That's why it can have a model. Okay. So mental model based on belief, not fact. That's why thinking, right? Your belief, your things might be different. Is what I believe, what I think, right? Because that's not fact. That is what you believe. You think, okay. Okay, contoh senang lah, apa real life kan. Saya ada bawa boyfriend lah. Okay, kenalkan dia boyfriend saya kan. So ada kawan tu cakap, oh handsome juga boyfriend dia, macam K-pop, contoh lah kan. Tapi ada orang kata, biasa je, aku tengok biasa je kan. So, looking into the beauty pun kan, we identify beauty also different. Pada saya cantik, pada you biasa-biasa. Pada you cantik, pada saya biasa-biasa, right? So, what you believe is cantik, is it? And what my belief is cantik, is it? Different. Okay. Some people think that cantik tu dia datang daripada dalam. Okay? It's come from inside. And then it's shown outside dia lah. Dalam cantik, luar pun kelihatan cantik. Ada orang dia tengok physically lah, dia memang hidung mancung-mancung, kan, mulut cute-cute, itulah cantik pada dia. Ada orang fikir macam tu. Ada orang pula dia define cantik tu, you have a complete anggota kan, complete human punya anggota, which is you kata, okay, lengkap, which is itu cantik. Kalau you ada disability, bukan tak cantik lah, which is you have disabilities, right? One of the disabilities. Okay, so we have different belief. Okay, so it's often partial, unstable, internally inconsistent, unscientific. So separuh-separuh lah maksudnya. Okay, kadang-kadang kita tak sama kan melalui kecantikan. Tapi bila saya kata, okay, warna ni memang sesuai untuk dinding ni, contoh lah kan. So you all will agree, yeah, betul-betul. So sometimes we can come up with a same agreement. Okay, unstable, hari ni you kata okay, besok you kata tak okay. Kan? Right? Internally inconsistent, samalah. Kadang-kadang cakap lain, besoknya cakap lain, lusa cakap lain kan. Dulu cakap macam ni, sekarang cakap macam ni pula. Oh, tiba-tiba saya bertukar pendapat. Kan? Unscientific, unproven lah. Tak ada proof yang menunjukkan yang okay, that's the definitions. Kecuali you bagi pendapat macam ni. Okay, cantik berdasarkan kamus Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka menerangkan cantik itu adalah sekian. Itu scientific. Tapi of course, back. Mulut kata lain, hati kata lain. Betul. Mulut kata lain, hati kata lain. Depan bukan main lagi puji. Oh, baguslah lecturer ni. Baik dia. Belakang. Apalah lecturer ni jenis ni. Kan? Macam pengalaman je. Adalah pengalaman. Setiap orang have their own experience. Because you dah hidup berapa tahun dah? Sekarang umur you all berapa? You all berapa umur you all? 20. Berapa you all? 20 ke 21 kan? Range that kan? 20 ke 20 ke sekarang? Majority lah, most of you. Berapa umur you all? 20 kan? 20. Okay. So selama 20 tahun ni takkanlah tak ada pengalaman kot kan? So everyone have different experience. Okay. And experience is valuable. It's have different purpose. Dia yang 19 lagi. So Saya ni lagi banyak makan garam daripada you all kan. Saya punya first degree ialah pada tahun 2000, which is saya rasa you all pun tak lahir lagi kan. So of course, I also have different experience kan. So itulah banyak kan. Knowledge is often described as a mental model. How to use the system, how to do next. Okay. Because sometimes if you already have that pattern kan. Contohlah bila you buka website, normally what you do, kalau e-commerce website lah. Okay, yang perempuan mungkin dia akan pergi tengok sebelum nak beli tu, dia samalah macam pergi shopping dekat mall kan. Kita punya research, perempuan ni research dia bagus. Sebelum pergi shopping lagi kita buat research dah. Dekat mana kedai yang menjual sekian-sekian tu yang murah, yang cantik, yang dekat. Macam-macam research kita buat based on what kita punya preference lah. Lepas tu kita pergi kedai tu lagi, kita go through one by one. Itu physically. Kalau online, normally, saya tak tahulah. Lelaki pun ada. But this is normal kan. Sebab kita kata itulah perempuan tu cerewet. Bukan cerewet, dia detail. Dia tak nak kena tipu kan. Tapi kena juga lah tipu lah actually kan. So, when online, okay, what we do normally we read all the review. Kalau saya lah, saya tak tahu perempuan lain kan. Lelaki pun ada sebenarnya, but normally perempuan ni detail. So we look into the detail of the review. Lepas tu kita tengok lagi gambar-gambar. Kadang-kadang yang dia jual gambar dia lain, tapi yang dia deliver to customer different. So for me, saya tak kena tipu kan. Jadi saya kena go through memang detail. But some lelaki kan, dia tak suka yang complicated. Saya tengok semua sama je kan. So dia buat search je. So dia terus beli sebab dia dah ada dalam fikiran dia. Sebab dia tu buang masa nak berfikiran tu. Right? So, but that's your pattern yang you buat. So easy for you. So your e-commerce website should be the simple way for the male one. But for the female, you need all these features. Testimonial, review, okay, pictures and so on. Okay? So when you have that experience, it will make a pattern. Kalau dah a few times, so it make a pattern. Macam you gonna waste. Every time you want to go anywhere, you do waste. Ataupun Google Map. So one day, telefon hilang, telefon rosak. Do you think that you can go to other place without your assistant tu? Kalau dekat boleh lah, maksud saya yang tempat yang different thing. Because you bukan seorang yang explorer kan, you based on, you rely on applications, rely on something. Okay, so you don't have alternative. Contohlah, but others mungkin dia ada option lain. Sama. Bila you beli barang baru, what you do? When you buy some product, a new product, what you do? Did you read through the manual first? Did you explore first? Or did you ask your friends about it? Right. So every time what you do is actually is a pattern. Sama aja. So it's based on experience actually. Okay. What to do with unfamiliar system or unexpected situation? What happened if, because you normally do like macam tadi lah e-commerce, just go to the search area, you typing what you want to find. What happen if you go to one e-commerce website without the search button? Blank kita. Nak search macam mana ni? Tak jumpa. Bosan lah page ni. Tak user friendly lah. Right. Situation yang unexpected or unfamiliar. Because you already have the pattern how you are doing something. Right. Okay. So error can occur if mental model of a system differ from the actual error. Turn out, turn over, disappointed. Okay. So individual user each have their own method. Ini tadi yang saya explain lah. Okay. So users develop an understanding. Okay, understanding of a system through learning and using it. This already elaborated now. Knowledge is often described as a mental model. How to use the system, what to do with unfamiliar system. Okay. So if we come up with a mental model, because we already identify this is what common human did. Okay, so it become knowledge. Itu maksudnya. People make inference using mental model of how to carry out tasks. Okay. Sama, okay, similar what I did explain, okay, because we do something based on experience and it become our pattern, okay. So the pattern actually, okay, we can do a mental model for those yang tak ada experience. So easy for them because this is the common thing that people will do. Okay, walaupun bukanlah, at least you have the common thing that you create mental model for a new person. Okay, Craig, 1943 described mental model as internal instruction of some aspect of the external world enabling prediction to be. Okay. So senang cerita ni, mental model ni ialah prediction. Okay. So involve unconscious and conscious process where images and analog are activated. Of course, ia melibatkan satu analogi atau satu image yang pattern lah, maksudnya image tu pattern yang without you realize it, unconscious or conscious, you create the pattern actually, kan? How you eat nasi lemak, for example, dah biasa dah guna plate, so kalau tiba-tiba pergi rumah orang tak ada plate, so you will feel awkward, kan? Saya dah biasa makan atas plate lah. Can you give me a plate? Oh, we don't have a plate. So you need to eat at the banana leaf lah. Macam tu. So dia akan rasa something yang weird, yang dia rasa macam something different. Okay. So actually you, without you unconscious, is you are creating your own analogy and also pattern image. Deep versus shallow models, how to drive a car and how it works. Tak kira lah it's a deep or sedalam mana kan, atau sedetail mana. Okay. So contohlah how to drive a car, how it works. So did you experience if you drive different car ataupun kereta orang lain, kan? Others car. Because normally kalau you guna kereta sendiri kan, so kita dah faham apa kita nak buat masuk dalam kereta. So one day, kan, you sewa kereta, rental a car. Okay. So of course you akan use the same thing what you use a car, kan? Tapi ada tak orang yang alah ni kereta sewa, hentam sajalah, kan? Ada pula orang fikir this is rental car, we should care more because kalau ada problem, we are the one will be trouble lah, kan? So this is how deep or shallow of the model that you created is depend. Okay, sometimes betul-betul detail. Okay, dah terlalu follow kepada rule, kan? Masuk kereta, check dulu, tengok mirror, itu yang you all belajar, betul tak? You learn. Saya pun dah lama dah, so it's more than 20 years ago, kan, masa saya ambil lesen. You all dah ambil lesen, ada yang dah ambil lesen kereta, kan? So what's the rule? Masuk dalam kereta yang dia ajar, check mirror, kan? Mirror dulu, kan? Adjust your seat first, right? And then pakai seat belt, right? Betul. That's what you have been teach. Okay? Tapi when you after get lessons, okay, and you own your own car, are you follow the same rule, the same guidelines? Ada orang, yes, that's good. You still follow, even though you own your own car, kan? Okay, mirror dulu. But sometimes you did not follow because that's purposely to getting a license only. So lantak lah, bukannya ada orang tengok saya, bukan saya di-evaluate pun, kan? So it depends how you create the pattern. It's sedetail, in detail, shallow, or sedalam mana, sedip mana, right? How deep is your mental model of VCR remote control, like this one? So I think this one have been touched before. So what is the common button that we normally use? Volume and channel, right? This is the only part. Okay. So when you get different remote and the position will be changed, lalu dekat tengah-tengah, betul tak? Normally volume dengan channel ni dia berada di tengah-tengah dan dia a little bit bigger than others kan, because that's the common use. What happen when you use a different remote yang you unfamiliar? Dia punya volume, dia bukan button, dia dalam bentuk apa ni, switch on, switch off macam tu. So, of course, you might doing an error, you might disappointed, right? Okay. Everyday reasoning and mental model. Okay, you arrive home, a hot day, a hot house. How do you get the house to cool down as quickly as possible? Set the aircon. Many people have erroneous mental model. Why? General. Okay. So sama, every day kita create reasoning, kita create pattern. Okay. So setiap hari kan, every day when you go to class, kan? Of course you have a different schedule, right? Timetable. Okay? But how you normally do in the class. Kalau you dah biasa macam masuk lambat selalu kan? Ataupun you dah biasa on time. Okay? Because for me, dekat UMS dulu kan, I was in UMS for the 9 years ago. Saya dah biasa, okay? Half an hour before class, I already turn on the class. Okay? So when I get here, UITM, setengah jam dah saya buka. You tahu tak student UITM, dia akan masuk on that time, pukul 10, contoh you punya kelas pukul 10, or selepas pukul 10. So, I was feel macam, what happened to UITM student? Okay? Is it normal? Bila saya masuk different class pun, sama lebih kurang. Adalah a few yang come early kan, ada. Tapi the pattern is similar. So, that's good or bad. Dia macam datang kelas lah kan, macam datang kelas. I don't know if you have come across with this video. They said that people always late is the most success people. Do you agree that? Dia cakap kan, orang yang selalu datang lambat ni ialah orang yang akan sukses one day nanti. You tahu tak? Ada orang kata macam tu. But I believe that that's not a research. That based on survey. Okay? Dia ada different lah. Survey dengan research. Research ni dia detail lah. Kalau survey ni dia macam just tanya orang kan. So normally you datang pukul berapa, and then you tengok you punya career sekarang apa. So dia dapat result based kepada survey lah, maksudnya macam tu. Alright? Apa tadi saya nak cakap? So this is to tell you that every day, okay, you are creating your mental model. Okay? General verb theory where more is visible. Because you have same routine, okay? Setiap minggu ada Monday to Friday. Okay, of course, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is the same pattern, right? Okay, because you have same timetable. I mean, Monday to Monday lah, Tuesday to Tuesday macam tu. Because you already have that pattern. So actually, you create everyday reasoning. Okay. Same is often true for understanding how interactive device and computer work. So the reasoning of everyday life is similar with computer work. Okay. Because we know that the common people use, how the common people use, so we should make the system work as a normal, a common thing, not a different thing. Okay. So example, okay, you buat fridge kan. Siapa pernah jumpa fridge tu different size? Kan normally fridge tu dalam bentuk 4 segi kan? Ada tak fridge dalam bentuk bulat? Ataupun dalam bentuk lonjong? Ada kan? Have you come across with different size? Itu size, talking about size first lah. Why? Kan? Fridge kan? Fridge tu, refrigerator lah. Fridge tu dalam bentuk 4 segi. Because people normally think that 4 segi tu ialah fridge. Contohlah kan. And you have frozen part and yang normal cooler punya part, right? So, kalau one day you beli fridge without the normal it works, you akan rasa disappointed, confused, something like this. Okay. So looking at this picture, what's wrong with this? Anyone? Ada problem tak dekat gambar ni? Oh, imagine lah dia adalah gambar, apa kita panggil ni apa? Kettle. Kettle. What do you think the problem with this product? Handle dengan corong tempat yang sama. Air panas kena tangan nanti. Yes, tempat pegang dia kan? Tempat pegang dia, tempat keluar air dia tu. Okay? Because normally people handle this here, right? So the water should come the opposite side, right? Okay, bukan macam ni. Takkanlah you nak tuang macam ni kan? So normally what people did is like this. So if you are using this one, is it we need to use this like this? Or how? Right, how? So, ni ada yang tak kena. Because you are changing the common thing, which is, I think this is unsecure product. Kan? Macam yang tadi siapa cakap tadi? Air panas kena tangan nanti, Amirul kata. Safety. Okay? Nanti nak tuang air tangan lenguh. Kalau you rasa macam, oh, maybe how to use it is like this one. Lenguh pula tangan pula pegang macam ni kan. I don't know kan how to use it. Because you are normally, and people normally do like this one kan. Because we this is our behavior lah kan. Okay? Alright, so how about this one? Spot the difference. What's the difference between A and B? Image first and second. Anyone can spot the difference? Stiker hijau. Okay. Okay. Is it, bila you cakap stiker hijau, you are looking terlalu general. Ini lah lelaki. Dia suka tengok yang general je. Okay, Izzat ni kita boleh kata lah. Dia akan kata semua perempuan cantik ni. Betul tak Izzat? Because you are looking at the aesthetic one. Alright, good Fatin. Fatin nampak. Tempat buka bonet dia ni. Tempat buka bonet. Ini and this one and this one. Different, right? Okay, stiker ni tampal buka balik. Dia dah jadi sama dah. Izzat. So this one, which one better? The first or the second? Second, right? Second. Because you have place. You have place to put your hand. Kan? This one, tak tahu guna kuku ke apa. Kan? You will feel hard lah, open. Unless dia automatic lah, dia automatic kan. Automatic pun kadang-kadang dia stuck pula kan. Macam mana pula nak buka kan? So this one should be better lah. Okay. Okay. So talking about mental model actually is relate or it's actually want to introduce you lah Norman principle of design. Okay. So that's why I said that actually every part dia nak introduce you principle. Okay, if you still remember in human abilities, the principle that we learn is a Gestalt principle, tu kan? Dengan fit law kalau tak silap, dia dua tu. So in mental model is actually relate with Norman principle. Okay, Norman ni famous. Kalau talking about HCI ada 3 orang yang paling famous. Norman, Schiedermer, siapa satu lagi ya? Itu yang paling famous lah, ada 3 orang ni. Satu lagi, itu famous. Visibility make the relevant part visible by looking the user should be able to tell the state of the device and alternative for action affordance. So in Norman principle, it have this concept model talking about the affordance, mapping, feedback, and constraint. Okay, so we will go through each of these details lah. Apa tu affordance, mapping, feedback, and constraint. Okay. So first, visibility. This one is general on the Norman principle. First, visibility. Okay. When functionality is hidden, problem is use occur when number of function is greater than number of control. When capability are visible, it does not require memory of how to use it. Okay. Dia macam tadi lah. Kalau you nampak yang second one, yang car tadi, you nampak hole tu kan, you tahulah itu untuk buka. But kalau dia visible, invisible, tak nampak. You don't know how to open the boot kan. The boot car tu. You tak tahu. So that's the meaning of visibility lah. Okay. Make relevant part visible. Make what has to be done obviously. Kalau visible, you know. Okay, oh, this is the function. That's the function. Kan? Kalau invisible, you tak tahu macam mana. Okay. Macam air tadi kan. Because they have the handle. So you know that the handle is to handle, to hand it, to put your hand, kan? To hold it, right? To hold with your hand. Okay. But if no handle, so you need to figure out how to put the water in your cup. Pegang macam ni ke tuang, ataupun guna sudu kaut ke, kan? Because the visibility. Okay. The visibility shows the functionality lah. So example, how to use it? Hot or cold or flow? Kan kalau you tengok dekat sini. I think you also have a different experience when you go to different bathroom kan. Saya suka pergi bathroom dekat hotel kan, hotel ataupun different country. Which is dia punya kalau Jepun interested to tengok dia punya bidet lah. Dia ada different pattern. So kita kena figure out bidet ni macam mana nak push button dia. Ada setengah bidet yang simple, dia punya normal, common. Itu universal maksud dia. Kalau common tu universal, okay? Dia punya bidet, dia punya button dekat dia punya tempat duduk tu kan. Tapi bila something else different, dia guna sensor. You don't have to push any button, dia automatically sensor. Itu paling canggih. Others than that, the button is on the right side, on ni lah, you can reach using your hand. Tadi kan dekat bawah ni you duduk kan, ni dekat tepi. So different type. So like this one kan, sinki kan, you pergi toilet kan, you will see this different sinki lah. Kalau you pergi yang toilet public tu sama saja kan. Kalau yang different you akan rasa macam mana nak gunakan dia. Adakah you need to use this button, okay, turn around, okay, or is this for hot and cold, right? Because if they put a different color kan, merah maksudnya hot, cold maksudnya biru, blue, right? So we tend to have that pattern. What's happened kalau the design is changed? Red maksud dia cold, terbalik kan? Blue means blue terbalik apa? Hot. Jenuh you ingat yang merah tu yang bahaya kan? Yang biru tu yang bahaya. So you turn on and you get hot water. Danger, right? Okay. And sometimes when you go bathroom, it doesn't need to turn on off. It's based on sensor as well. So normally macam tu lah, bila saya pergi tempat baru, saya akan take time untuk figure out how to use this sinki ni lah, macam sinki ni kan, ataupun panggil apa, facet ni. But if you have that experience, you boleh dapat pattern. Okay, so kalau macam ni, normally you need to turn it on off. If like this one, you only just using a sensor, put your hand. If like this one, you need to, so you have that experience, so you know. Okay, but if you don't experience, you need to explore first. Right? Okay. But this is to tell you that if invisible, it doesn't show the visibility. Macam ni lah, ada dua button tapi tak tunjuk yang mana hitam, yang mana putih, yang mana biru, yang mana merah, which is hot and cold. Dua-dua sama black. So you don't know which one. Right? So something wrong with the design. By looking, the user can tell the state of the device and ini sama yang saya cakap, control and simple car radio. Okay, this is car radio, right? So do you need manual to operate this car radio? Jarang kan, jarang orang buka manual. Tapi ada orang yang, of course, every car come with the manual kan. So people yang detail, okay, they will read the manual tau, because he want to know, or he or she lah want to know what's inside, what the function inside the car kan. So dia buka manual, okay boleh buat ni, oh guna macam ni. But some people malas, kan? Bukan malas, dah used to the common thing, you already have pattern. So you explore by yourself. Normally, this is plus minus is to change, some change the volume, some change the channel, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is to have a setting of the radio channel. Okay, so by the word you can understand the function, but if using a symbol or label, okay, make things visible so people know how to use it. You letak text, lagi people know this is purposely for what. Okay. Okay, which is faster for setting time? A or B? This one, of course, you know the digital one. This one is the watch, right? So which one is faster to set a time? Second, first or second? Anyone? Based on your experience, based on your experience, which one? The first, this one. Oh, okay. Alright. Anyone say that second is the fastest setting time? Because for me, I think the second one. Why? Because analog ni dulu people used to use analog, and you only have one button, which is dekat tepi ni kan. You tarik sikit, you tarik lebih untuk setting dia punya short and long dia punya jarum ni, needle ni. But this one, you need to explore tau. Okay lah, if the button is purposely ini untuk set the alarm, this one untuk set the setting. But if you do not know what is each of these button, you need to explore. Or if they puts the detail that this is what. Normally they didn't, right? They didn't. So you need to explore this button is for what, and what. For me, this one is much more faster because you only have one button. For this, you have 3 buttons tau, 3 button. I don't know. Who same like me? Second. Amirul kan? Amirul pun kata second. Fatin kata first. Okay? But this is based on your experience. Maybe you, Fatin is already familiar with digital. You are born with digital things, right? So you know normally to setting kat mana? On the top or on the below part, right or left? Which one? Which one is the normal for setting time? Is it same things? Because I'm also using a digital. Saya pun guna digital. Okay, so I'm also using a digital like the first one. Okay, I've been used this in the past 8 years. Saya beli dekat Jepun ni dulu kan. So actually sampai sekarang pun saya still kena explore. Saya pun tak pasti yang mana satu untuk setting the time. Because setting time ni bukan selalu, right? Sometimes lah. Sometimes only. Macam for me, I didn't change the battery. Because sometimes you need to set a time when you change to the new battery. Or else you want to set the alarm. Okay? Or else for me, I change based on different country that I went. Because this one have change. Kalau pergi Singapore dia ada setting timing dia lain, because dia Jepun dia ada setting dia lain, because the difference of the time. So but still I need to explore one by one which one, because I seldomly doing the setting lah. Okay, saya kena tengok masa. Alright, so conceptual model, what does Norman mean by that? Okay, Norman they come up with the word conceptual model. So our conception of how something works, mental pictures of a device. So Norman use the word of conceptual model, means concept. Okay, how something works using pictures. Okay, so people build their own system of how things work. Okay, a conceptual model allows the user to simulate the operation of the device. A good conceptual model allows us to predict the effect. Why you predict? Because it's based on experience. It's based on the common use your pattern. Without a good model, we operate blindly. This is explore lah. Simply follow rule without understand the reason, no understand of cause or effect. Okay, so this is what explained by conceptual model by Norman. Okay, We know the bicycle won't work. Clues from affordance, constraint, and mapping. Okay. We know the bicycle won't work. A good conceptual model allow us to predict. Okay, a good concept model means it's a common lah. It's a prediction. What you think the action should be, it will behave like what you think lah. Designer can help user foster an appropriate concept model, appearance, instruction, and behavior. So this is the help yang you have the manual, you have the instructions, you have the guidance. So like this one. Okay. But we know the bicycle won't work. Clues from affordance, constraint, and mapping. Mapping is the pattern that we use to it. Affordance is something that you think that the action should be. Kan? Macam you rasa, this pedal is make the bicycle move. Okay. So if it not works as what you expect, of course, you will feel something else lah kan. Okay. So design model, how design thinks system should work. System image, how system works. User model, how users thinks. Ideally, all should be the same. Alright. So actually, we have three types: designer, users, and system. Designer is the one who designed the product. Users is the one who use the product. System is the system itself, lah. Okay. So how designer think the system should in line with what users think it should be. That's why when you develop or you design something, you are not the one who do a tester because you are familiar with that system. Okay, you need to ask for the users or other tester. Okay. Sebab tu dulu we call all the product is designer based instead of user centered, user based. Okay. So poor system image, poor understanding. So of course, it will make the system poor when what the designer think is different what is user expect. Habislah. Kan? Designer short sendiri buat sistem, users cannot use the system. Okay. Affordance. Okay, affordance are an object properties that show the possible action users can take with it. Affordance ni macam you expect the object is behave like what? Kan? Not only object in your computer, example mouse kan? Using a mouse, what you think mouse will do kan? Using a keyboard, what you think keyboard will do. Itu semua affordance lah. Macam dalam website pun sama. Affordance tu is button, apa lagi? Yang you think that the action should be lah macam tu. So visual affordance, perceive and actual properties of an object that determine how it could be used, the characteristics of the button which make it look turnable or pushable together form its affordance. Okay. Sometimes you look the button, dia macam 3D, right? So you know you need to push. Sometimes it's change color, kan? Change color. Okay, so this is the main by visual affordance lah. So the example is giving you the product, door handle for pushing or pulling. Door kan, door. Normally you push or you pull. Kan? Ada because some people prefer to push. Sometimes some others people rather prefer to pull. Which one? Kalau jumpa pintu lah, you push ke you pull? Which one your preference? What's your preference? Push. Why push, Amirul? Malas kan nak tarik. Tarik you need effort, right? Yeah, for me also I like to push. Yeah, betul. Because when you pull, you need to have effort. Tarik, kan? Tak ambil tenaga. Tapi kalau push, easy for you. Senang, kan? Push can use one finger, wow. Okay. Push when you can use one finger, okay. Kalau pull tak boleh, kena use the whole finger, right? You need to pull it. Yes, that's easy. Push. Okay. Why some of door kan dia ada tulis kat situ push dengan pull. Why? Kalau kita rasa memang push is easy one, why some of the door have pull one? Why What do you think? What do you think the reason they create the door pull pula? Because normally kita tahulah push senang, tapi orang buat pull tu kenapa? Instead of yang saya kata a certain part memang prefer pull kan? Tapi we know that push is the easy one. Why? Anyone can have a suggestion? Why pull instead of push? Kenapa? Ada yang terfikir? Why? Come on lah. Tak shock lah saya cakap seorang kan. Come on, talk with me. Either you can turn on your mic or you can use chat because I'm read the chatting also. No space in the shop, right? Correct. Betul? Or maybe have something lah, ada belakang dia tu kan memang, itulah dia kata no space lah maksudnya. Kalau you push, you will, yelah kan, something, ada space lah dekat dalam kan. Tapi bila you pull maksudnya, tak ada space dekat situ. So it should pull keluar. Macam kita buat, pagar parking tu. Sometimes kita prefer dia open macam ni kan. Sometimes kita prefer dia lipat macam tu kan. Sometimes kita prefer dia keluar atau masuk. Which one? Masuk ni dia akan take space, right? Keluar. Tapi keluar pula ada jalan. So that's why ada another solution, dia buka macam ni pula. Tapi bila terbuka macam ni, kena space sebelah sini pula. Sebab tu dia lipat. So every product have the reason. Of course you have preference, but looking at your capability, capacity, area, environment. Okay, so you need to, itu kita panggil solution for each problem. Okay, so poor affordance, door, push or pull, where to push, good affordance, button that appear clickable. Okay. The good one, the door, okay, because sometimes we don't know, push ke pull kan? Malu lah pula kan? Salah kan? Lagi-lagi tengah jalan-jalan kontrol macho kan? Ada awet tengah tengok kan? Tiba-tiba ingatkan push kan? Sekalinya pull kan? So malu kita kan? So to solve the issue, okay, because we don't know push or pull, it's good to put a signage or label. Push, pull. But ada lagi orang yang tak baca pun teks tu. Kan? Dia tak baca. Terlalu confidence because you have the mental model, normally you push. Tapi dia pull. Tapi tak baca. Alamak, pull rupanya. Kan? Normal happen, right? I think you also have that experience. Saya pun ada experience konon kan. Nak control kan jalan-jalan. Sekali kita tak baca pun tu kita buka salah. Alright? So kadang we are in rush. We don't have time. So you need to think, what else? Instead of putting the label, what else can you tell your users the door should push or pull? Anyone have idea? Ini challenge ni, kan? So tadi kita kata nak tahu push or pull, we put a solution, put the label. Now, label or sign sama lah. Label or sign tu sama. So what happen kalau orang yang tak baca? So what to solve this issue pula? Ataupun dia tak boleh baca. Contohlah dia blind kan? Dia blind or maybe in rush macam tu lah. Kalau I think it's a different solution lah kalau untuk blind dengan untuk yang tak membaca. So kita make it universal. So what else solution that we can say that door you need to push or pull? Ada idea tak? This is what we want to solve lah. Kita kena fikir. Apa lagi yang kita nak buat? Maybe you can put macam notification alarm kan? Bila you push, instead of you pull, dia keluar bunyi kan? Malu kita. Pet kan? Tot. Maksud dia. Ting. Macam itulah maksud dia kan? So, sound also can solve for the blind. Kan? Yang blind tak faham kan? Dia tarik, dia bunyi. Maksudnya tak boleh buka. Kan? Of course, dia tarik memang tak boleh buka lah. But sometimes kan, the behavior should be push and pull, tapi dia boleh buat both. Kan? Tapi dia akan rosak lah pintu tu. So, that's something that you need to think the solution. Okay, so the perceived properties of the object that suggest how one could use it. Okay, macam ni lah. Chair are for sitting, table for placing things on thing. Because we know that siapa yang pergi duduk atas meja, kan? Meja ialah untuk letak barang, right? Kerusi tu yang kita duduk. Okay, ada ke orang yang datang-datang, okay silakan duduk, dia pergi duduk atas meja. Okay, ada masalah lah orang tu kan? Because we know the behavior of chair is for seat, table is for things kan? Things to be put on. Okay, okay. Tapi memang dia design macam tu. Okay, dia design macam tu, terbalik. You buat meja ni untuk duduk, you buat kerusi ni untuk letak barang. Ada ke? Which is, it's a fail lah. It's a fail design. Okay. Another thing, knob are for turning. So normally, when you design knob, is for turning lah, turning. Tapi, it's become push pula. You need to push first and turn first. So pun ada issues, right? Slot are for inserting, handle are for turning. Normally, slot, buat slot untuk insert something. Handle untuk turn or handle it, hold it. Button for press. Switch for toggling. On off lah. Computer for, what do you think computer for? Doing assignment, gaming ah. Mirul kata buat gaming. Computer for gaming. Itu children lah, children. Dia nampak komputer tu kan, apa ni, your apa ni, your punya young brother or young sister kan, adik-adik you all kan, biasa pegang phone. So dia tengok phone tu sebenarnya apa? Dia rasa phone tu, dalam phone tu bila dia ada experience, when you show them, okay, dekat phone ni ada movie contoh kan, ada pictures. So dia punya imagination ialah your punya apa ni, your punya phone is behave what dia punya experience lah. Oh, nak tengok movie. Dia tak tahu phone tu tujuannya more than that. Can call in, call out kan. So dia tahu tengok movie, because you give them experience movie on mobile. Computer is for game. You ajar dia nak main game, sini dek, main game lah, sini duduk main game. So 24 jam dia nak main game, you tak ada masa punya nak buat assignment. Because dia punya intention memang dah kata, okay, komputer ni untuk game. Nak buat apa? Nak buat assignment, pergi main komputer lain. Kan? So, best experience. Okay. Widget affordance. Okay, widget ni, okay, setiap affordance, contohlah button kan. Widget ni ialah dia punya design, dia punya, inilah other things inside it. The whole thing kita kata, dalam satu interface, we have widget. Button, apa-apa semua. Okay. So like this one, well-designed widget have clear affordance. Okay. Like resize handle, crop handle. For easy one is a well-designed widget have a clear affordance. Macam you design a button, looks like it can push in, push out. Kan? Button tu dia macam appear, kan? Appear, you tahu nak kena push in, push out. Kalau dia just lepeh saja kan, it's static, you know, you need to mungkin virtually push it lah, kan? Okay, so the well design is behave what people expect it to lah. No picture level or instruction is required. Yes, because when you design, it's behave what people expect. You no need to put a label or instruction because people already know it, how it works. Okay. Affordance provides strong clues. Affordance ni dia, dengan affordance you don't have to do this level instruction. Macam button tadi lah, you make it can be pressed kan. So tak payah letak kat situ press. Kan press, you need to press button, no. The way you design it, people already understand this button should be pressed. Affordance should make it obvious of what to do. Complex things may need explanations, but simple things should not. Of course, benda yang simple, benda yang common, you don't need to explain. Okay? If everything need to explain, that's a bad design. Okay, phone, example phone. Okay, so you buy a new phone. Okay, you buy a new phone, right? Do you need to go through all? Normally, people think that, okay, normally it's a touch screen, how to change this the SIM card. You need to find the replace of the card, right? You know how it works rather than macam mana nak guna phone ni apa kan, because it behave not what you expect. Okay, so simple things you don't need instruction, you don't need manual, because people already know how it works, right? Mapping, what does this mean? Relationship between two things. That's Norman. Norman tadi affordance yang first kan. Second is mapping. Natural mapping lead to immediate understanding. It is possible to determine the relationship between action result, control their effects, system state. Okay. Just now affordance. Affordance make the function appear visible, right? Next is mapping. Mapping is the same thing. You know, this mesh, this will function, this use like this. Macam mana saya nak cakap? Dia map lah, dia map. It's mapped with dia punya function. Okay, this one action and result. It mapping. If design not as a map, kan? Macam okay, for easier is the hot and cold water just now. Okay, the color is mapping. Hot is in red, cold is in blue. So the function dah mapping dah. Memang it's behave like red for apa ni, red for hot, blue for cold. Itu mapping lah maksud dia. Okay. User intention to available action. Is there a nature mapping between what user want to do and what appear possible? Do users stare at technology for sometimes before they take action, or do they immediately what the okay. So if we already know the function, how it works, mapping kan, the map. You don't need to explore, you don't need to read it, you don't need to ask people. So immediately people know how it works. Okay, so simplicity can help. Okay, make it simple. Red for stop, kan, traffic light. Red for stop. Blue, mana blue pula? Apa green for jalan lah kan. Yellow, cepat-cepat press minyak. No kan. Beware. It's turn to red lah. So slow down, right? Okay. So natural mapping, no explanation needed. Okay, ni maksud sama lah. Users intention, perceived system rate equal, because they map what their intention and what the system perceive or should be is mapping. Okay, so you don't need to have the explanation. Example Mercedes power seat adjustment. Okay, ni Mercedes lah. Jadi kalau tak cakap pun tak tahu ni Mercedes. Okay, actually not only Mercedes, there is a few car that have electronic power seat adjustment like this one lah. Okay, saya ada dulu, tapi kereta saya Sangyong masa tu, dia ada power seat adjustment. So if you don't experience it, you don't know that this is button for seat adjustment, because you used to manual thing kan, manual yang kena adjust dia punya seat, kena atas bawah. So when you buy a car Mercedes ni, power seat adjustment like this one. So at first, of course, you don't know how it works unless the salesperson inform you. This car come with power seat adjustment. You need to push the button to adjust the. Sometimes, sebab itulah normally salesperson is the one that inform you, especially the one the technology one product yang high tech nya. Okay, dia kena explain. But if you have experience, seller dia tu pemalas kan. You beli kereta, okay, congratulations, this is your new car, dan you may go now. Right? Supposedly as a sales, you need to tell your customer, okay, this car is automatic, everything automatic. You need to push this button for that you explain to you. Okay, but sometimes user yang tak nak dengar. Tak apa, I can explore it. I know already. Action lah pula kan. Okay. Alright. So this one is to show lah, it's map with what people expect, what function is it. Color size shaping mapping. Okay. Sometimes we don't need to read this is 500. This is 100, 200, this is 10. Kan? Because we used to use ringgit Malaysia. So by color, we know the value, right? Blue, berapa? Blue for what? 1 ringgit. Green, 5 ringgit. Red, cepat. Red for 10 ringgit. Orange. Orange. Ada lagi ke orange? 20 ringgit. Orange 100? 100 tu blue kan? Benar. 100 tu blue kan? Okay, so because we use ringgit, when you go to other country, they use a different currency, right? And of course, different currency, of course, they also have a different color. So you will need time to read the value instead looking of the color. Tapi bila you dah used to it, macam saya pun kan, at first, saya kena tengok value dia. So color ni apa value dia? Saya kena identify the value first before I can identify the pattern, the color. Kalau duit shilling, of course the shape. The more bigger, more value kan? Macam ni lah, 50 sen lagi besar, 20 sen sederhana, 10 sen kecil sikit. Ini duit kita macam tu. Tapi ada setengah country dia lain. Besar tu value dia kecil. Contohlah. Kecil tu yang value dia besar. Or dia ada different color. Or silver and gold. So you need to read the value first to identify the color kan. Okay. So which color which control which? Okay. Okay. This one ini budak perempuan lah, tak tahu budak lelaki familiar tak with this one. Ni masak kan? Stove kan, stove. Dial and burner. Arrangement not all clear. So, how to tell us that this button, the button kita panggil controller ni, for which one? This one, this one, this one, this one. What your experience? How to tell which for which? Try and error. Try and error. That's not good design. You should tell your users, okay? Because your users might not know. Sometimes it comes with 4, 2, 1, kan? So, kalau you familiar, actually, they have the instruction or the label dekat controller ni. Tapi how you give the instruction is different because I've seen a few lah. Ada dia buat pattern. Dia buat pattern, you have 4 stove ni kan? So dia put a red color means that's for behind lah, for the back one. Colored in the front for the in front one. That's the normal yang I experience lah. That's my mum punya lah, my mum punya stove. Yang saya punya pun saya dah lupa macam mana. Okay, sometimes saya pun buat benda yang sama, try and error. Okay, but that's not good design. You should tell your users because it may work differently. Or you have the experience yang kalau sebelah kanan maksud dia sebelah kanan, sebelah kiri maksudnya kiri, yang sebelah tepi maksudnya atas bawah. I don't know. If that's the same pattern, easy for users to identify without the level. Okay, how about this one? Is it a good mapping? So this one better, right? You can tell. This one of course for this one of course for this one of course for this, and this one of course for this. Right? Easy because it's already mapped. That's the good mapping. Yang the first one actually not a good mapping. You need to have a label. This one a good mapping. Okay. How about this one? What is the mapping here? Anyone? Apa relate ni mapping dengan remote control ni? Tak sure. Tak sure. Anyone else yang sure? Balik-balik Amirul, Fatin kan. Lepas tu siapa lagi? Susah nak sebut nama Iziad dengan Iziad. Orang yang sama Ashraf. Mana lagi kita ada 30 something, right? So what is the mapping here? Saya ingat dia akan bagi jawapan kat sini. Dia tak ada. So for this one, what is the mapping? I also not sure what is it. too complicated. Yes, true, it's too complicated. Okay, unless you have the remote control that have a mapping for right and left, volume, channel, macam tu kan. So it map. Normally, right is channel, betul ke? Left is volume. So dia either right or left lah, lupa dah. Saya dah jarang tengok TV, jadi saya tak guna sangat remote lah. Okay. But confirm. When you push up means the volume become high, kan? When you push down, volume low. That's pattern lah, pattern you know. Jangan terbalik pula, you pergi design kan? Okay. So this means this is a poor design. No mapping here. Tak ada mapping. It's everywhere. Feedback. Sending informations back to the users about what has been done, include sound, highlighting, animation change, and physical state. The third one is feedback. Okay, you do something, it give you signal macam tu kot, kan? Feedback. Okay. Contoh, home security system. When system beep, message is displayed. System and light glow red. When this light glow green, message read system ready. When screen button click on, provide sound or red highlight feedback. So the system give you response. And you click this one, it click. It have a sound click. If you use this one, it's turn color. Okay, so this is feedback. Okay, give you something, notification or something else. Okay. So others example of feedback, how do you tell which burner is on? On a gas stove, you see flame. Betul tak? Kita nak tengok yang mana gas tu lah on. How if no flame? Tapi one of it is turned on. Ada bau. Bau datang daripada mana? Hidulah satu. It's not good, right? Bau gas. Actually, it's not good. You hidup bau gas tu bahaya sebenarnya. So, what you do? Senang je. Turn off je semua. Tak tahu yang mana satu. Kan? iPod video. Show which song is playing and how much of the song has been played. So, you play a song. Okay? This one is famous dulu. Saya pun ada benda ni. This one, very famous. You have 160 gigabyte. You have more than 1,000 songs in your hand, in your pocket. Macam tu lah dulu dipromote. Okay? So, what happen if you do not have the feedback? Means that you do not have this one, 6 out of 15. You don't know that these songs is played from which track, right? You just play, no feedback. But if you move it, if you have the feedback, you move it, it shows that this is from the track number 6 out of 15. So you know it. Okay. So constraint, number 4, right? Constraint. Restricting the possible action that can be performed. Limit the way in which something can be used. Help prevent user from selecting incorrect option. Tengok example dia. This one. Okay. This one to show you that this is for mouse. This one. Mouse. And this one for keyboard. If you put differently, it won't works. Okay? That's constraint. Constraint. Maksudnya. Okay, macam ni. This one both you can use, right? Or is it different thing? No. A, B is same, right? But this one yang different. And if you put the mouse to the others one, differently lah. You put differently, of course it won't work. Because it built as what it should be. Okay, to constraint. So where do you plug the mouse? Maksudnya, where do you plug the keyboard? Top or bottom connected? Do you think this level is good enough for the design? I don't know actually. I don't know. For me, I was thinking that the above part should be above, mapped to above, right? The below part should be the below part. Yeah, but it shows differently. It will be good if you put the level beside it, near it, so people can understand better. Okay, do the color code icon help? Bantu ke? Yes. No. What do you think? Do the color code help? Anyone? Do you think? For me, it doesn't help. Yes, you think yes? Oh, okay. Because okay, you are not think that green should be mouse. No, because we look into the label normally. So color doesn't have any function at all. But traffic light, yes. Gila tak ada color tu. Mana kita nak tahu masa bila jalan, masa bila nak berhenti kan? Okay. So for me, this one, no need color. Because color doesn't have a function. You already have the label. Okay. If I remove the color, it only shows the label of mouse and also keyboard. I can understand it. Okay. For me, its color doesn't work. Right? Okay. So this one, which one better, A or B? Okay. This one, it put side by side. So you know this is for mouse, this is for keyboard. Okay. For this one, yes, the color works. The color works because you put the label at the below part. Okay, but people might confuse which one, right? So based on the color, you can it have something. So we know that the red one is keyboard, the green one is mouse. Rather than this one, you don't need color at all because it already put side by side. You already know this is for mouse, this is for keyboard, right? So when you use something, it should have a purpose lah. Okay. So example, conceptual model suggest by how part fit together, affordance. So this is to summary again. Conceptual model is to suggest how part fit together and move, how it works lah. Affordance is insert something into the hole. Mapping how to insert fingers into hole suggest by visible appearance. Constraint bigger hole for several fingers, small for thumb. This one is referring to this knife. Okay. Dia tunjukkan ni contoh the scissor ni scissor. Okay. Which one is affordance, which one is the mapping, which one is the constraint. Okay. Constraint ni kita tak tahu nak letak jari mana kan. So it's helpless lah. So don't put your finger differently. Itu constraint. Mapping tu how to insert finger into hole suggest by visible. When it shows the hole means you need to put your finger inside. Okay. Affordance is insert something into hole. How big the size lah, the size. Okay, so the conceptual model is the overall of using the scissor. So individual difference, how individual differ, personality, physical capability, anxiety, culture, gender, okay, banyak. Long-term physical and intellectual ability, short-term effect or stress or fatigue, changing age. Because all these individual differences. Okay, for long-term on your physical and intellectual abilities. Okay, of course now you are young, kan? You can use computer perfectly. But when you become old, okay, mata pun dah rabun-rabun gitu, so you need help on that. For short term, sometimes when people always use the computer, you will have a fatigue, penat kan, rasa penat, letih because of the screen, because of the shape, kan? And also the changing of your age, kan? So designer are not represent of the user populations for whom they are designing. Don't expect users to think or act like you. People vary in both physical. That's why we try to design or develop something more universal. Okay, the more people can use it, which is you have the better one. Example like this one. Okay, you are creating a mobile phone. Okay, you are designing a mobile phone. Okay, for big person like this one, so it's hard for him to touch the button, the keypad. Okay, so not a good one, not a good design. To conclude, things don't have to be so hard to use. Even the best trained and best motivated designer can go wrong when they listen to their instinct instead of testing their ideas. So this is to conclude that things don't have to be so hard. Meaning that we should create design product that is is used for the users instead of usability. Usability is number one. The second one is the ease of use, right? So even the best trained and best motivated designer, okay. Of course, you an experienced designer, you are very good designer, but you don't do testing on your users, you will fail on design because you think that you have experience, you have a good instinct, okay, but you don't do testing kan, because users have a different perception, different, we know the different of users. So using experience and instincts is not enough. You need to do a testing. That's to show that testing is important, right? That's all for mental model. So actually, topic one is fundamental of human-computer interaction, starting with the overview to give you the definition of HCI, and then to tell you the criteria of system success, a good system, okay, and to tell you also the user interface rely on the physical perception and also conceptual, okay, and then relate with the human abilities, okay, human abilities that we have the five sense, but the common use is our eyes, sight, okay, our ear, listen, and touch, for the touch. Noise and mouth, taste, and also um, this two is not a common use lah, not a common sense that we use for user interface. Okay, and for mental model, before that, human abilities is also to explain to you the gazer, okay, relate with sense, and also same things relate with human abilities, fit law, okay, fit law. Okay. The one that you see kan, fit law tu yang you see differently tu kan, ingat lagi tak yang kita main nampak apa, berapa kira kan, semua tu kan. Okay. For the third part, mental model is tell you a Norman principle. Norman principle include the affordance, mapping, feedback, and constraint. But actually, that's the overview of chapter 1, fundamental of HCI. Okay, so before we continue to a new chapter 2, design paradigm, okay, we do a short quiz for chapter 1 first. Okay, to make sure that you focus with what I teach and understand lah as well. Okay, wait, let me get the link for chapter 1 quiz first. Okay, 5 minutes, okay, for everyone to complete the quiz. It's just a basic, a simple question. Don't worry, only have 2 questions for each topic. Okay, same things after your friend sharing. You will need to answer a quiz to make sure that you focus and understand what your friends sharing. Okay, check in the chat box. I shared the link for the quiz. Okay, so don't worry if you get wrong, because this is to make sure that you focus and also you understand what have been teach, right? Okay, 5 minutes until 11:54. Okay. All right. I already start to receiving the response. Okay, currently we have 2 response, right? So today attendance we have 28. Okay, so I should get 28 response. Let me check if any one of you using two device. Okay, tak ada. So semua orang guna satu device means I should get 28 response lah. Okay, 7 response so far. Eight. Sixteen. Eighteen. Okay, after this, if you done the quiz, you may take 5, maybe for toilet break. Okay. After this, we continue. Topic 2. Start with your friend. Topic sharing first. Okay, and followed by the quiz. Okay. If no times, okay, I will explain the topic tomorrow. Tomorrow kan your lab, which is online. Okay. 23. Okay, some of you maybe get assessment 1, assignment 1 from others class kan. Please try to follow my class. You don't ask other class because other class tu different lecturer tau. So you need to follow your lecturer actually. Okay. Okay lah. Okay, at least you ask your group. But for me, you don't have to do that. Okay, you follow what your lecturer give the instruction only. Don't ask other group, other class. Okay, because of course the assessment similar. Okay, but we have our own timeline lah. Okay. Okay lah, good actually, but nanti you mix up. Saya belum bagi assignment lagi, you dah kata ni ke assignment dia. Belum lagi kan, saya belum bagi assignment. Advance sangat, advance sangat lah you ada lah yang advance ni. Dia pergi tanya group. You don't have to mix the class, others class with your class. Okay, you follow me. Follow me. Okay, follow me only, don't follow other class. Okay. Because I also might confused tau, dah lah saya ajar 4 subjek different ni. You tiba-tiba tanya yang bila masa saya bagi soalan ni. Macam tu lah. Okay. Yes, you will do the same as assessment, right? Okay. But follow me. Wait until you get the instruction from me. Boleh? Okay. Jangan mix up. Nanti saya pun jadi confused. Alright, we already have enough response, 28. Okay, let me stop the response first and let me share the result. Okay, let's check the answer first. Okay, so we have 28 response here. Wow, alright, that's good. Okay, 26 get all correct answer. Alright, only 1%. Sorry, 2% get wrong answer. Satu betul, satu salah kan? Okay, but that's good. Okay, let's go through one by one. Question number 1, play an important role in achieving the goal of designing HCI. This is the first part, overview, right? So remember usability first. Okay, so all get the answer. Number 2, which are the most significant sense for the average person when it comes to interacting with a computer? this in part 2. Okay, the human abilities. Yes, hearing, touch, and vision. We haven't, or not so common yet. Taste, taste and smell, not common yet. So this is the common one. Alright. Okay. Okay. Can I continue with topic 2? Boleh? Okay. I think we do a sharing and quiz first. Okay. For me to explain, okay, explain the topic tomorrow. Nanti overload pula kan. You pun pening kepala, tak apa. Because the time is over. The time is close to over lah. Okay, we still have time. So don't waste the time, right? So we use the time as utilize all the time given lah, right? Yeah, let me change the volume, the audio first, because when I use the video, that's the good about the Webex, huh? When you use a video, it's focused on music mode, so you need to change the music mode first, then it will be clear. Alright, so normally kalau tak bukan bulan puasa, saya akan kata grab a coffee and grab a note, right? But puasa, right? So grab your notes, okay? Try to get some overview of topic 2. What is it? Okay, so take a notes. Take a notes. It's a good thing, right? So let me start the video sharing.
Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera to my fellow classmates. We are from group C1 here to present about topic 2, design paradigm in HCI. My name is Amirul Deni Benci Suzami. I will be starting this presentation, here sharing. Why study paradigm? To know why we study, we first have to know what is paradigm. Paradigm is a model or pattern of human-computer interaction that encompasses all aspects of interaction, including physical, virtual, perceptual, and cognitive. The concerns on why we study this is how can an interactive system be developed to ensure its usability? How can the usability of an interactive system be demonstrated or measured? So these are the questions to ask when we study paradigm. So what is usability? Usability is a measure of how well a specific user in a specific context can use a product design to achieve a defined goal effectively, efficiently, and satisfactorily. So these are the concerns on when we study HCI or paradigm in HCI. We try to find the context that we can use the design to achieve the goal on how to use it effectively, efficiently, and satisfactorily. So next slide is for history of HCI. HCI has come long ways. Before it was called HCI, it was called MMI, Man-Machine Interface, or Human-Machine Interface. So what is Man-Machine Interface? It's basically like a simple interface that human use to operate machine system. So as you can see here, human-machine interface has gone through a lot of evolution. First it was like this, and then it goes this and this and this. Now we call it HCI. So the aspect of the system that the user comes in contact with, MMI machine, an input language for the user, an output language for the machine, and a protocol for the interaction. HCI has a broader focus, meaning that it's not only for like when it was 1970s, it was just for like machines, computer screen, but now we have focus on touch screen a lot more than just the simple interface on machine interaction lah. So a discipline concerned with the design, evaluation, and implementation of interactive computer system for human use, and with the study of major phenomena surrounding them. So yeah, that's the history of HCI. Continuing on for the initial paradigm, I'm going to pass this presentation next to the next person.
My name is Anum Adlina binti Azali. My metric number 2021619962. Okay, I will present my part, which is the initials of paradigm. Okay, the initial of paradigm is, for example, is batch processing and time sharing. 1940 until 1950, the explosive technological growth. 1960 needs to the channel power, GCR, linker, and APRA. Single computer supporting multi-user. Okay, the example of paradigm shift are the movement of scientific theory from the Ptolemaic system, the Earth of the center of the universe, to the Copernican system, the sun at the center of the universe, and the movement from Newtonian physics to the theory of relative and quantum physics. Okay, the example of paradigm shift in microprocessor is often to a major change in thinking and planning, which ultimate change in the way of the project implemented. For example, that we can see is accessing of applications and data from the web instead from the local server in paradigm shift. Next, I will explain about what is ubiquitous computing. The persistent computing or ubiquitous computing integrate connectivities, functionalities into all objects in our environment, so they can interact with one another, automate routine tasks, and require the minimum human efforts to complete the task. Follow the machine instructions. This is one of examples of the design paradigm in HCI. Computing tools are network connect and always on. The late of 1960 were the birthplace of the ubiquitous computing. The term ubiquitous computing was coined in 1988 by Mark Weiser, CTO of Xerox PARC of the Palo Alto Research Center. He is the co-author of some first study of the subjects, alongside John C. Brown, Chief Scientist and Director of EARC. Weiser is the credited to the coining the terms ubiquitous computing and divide into its underlying difficulties. Next is about video display unit. More flexible, medium than paper. 1962. Students get past computers of visualizing and manipulating data. 1% contribution could drastically change the history of computing. Next is about programming toolkits. Angel Bar at Stanford Research Institute, 1963. Arguments-Man Intellects, 1968. NLS Argument System Demonstrations. The right programming toolkits provide the building blocks to reproducing complex interactive systems. Personal computing, 1970th century. 7 paper for the logo language for simple graphical programming by children. A system is more powerful as it becomes easier to use. Features of computing in small, powerful machines dedicated to the individuals. Alan Kay and Xerox PARC dialed books as the ultimate person computer. Windows systems and the WIMS Wilbert's M interface. Humans can pursue more than one task at a time. Windows can use for dialogue and partitioning to change the typicals. Windows icon, menu, and pointed now familiar with interaction mechanisms. Metaphor by Cohn by K.A. Relating computing to other real-world activity is effective teaching techniques, such as the word processing as typing virtual reality user inside the metaphor. The problems that occur is the culture bias. Modality. A mode is a human communication channel emphasizes our simultaneous use of multiple channels for input and output. Computer support cooperative work. CSCW is the removed bias of single user, single computer system. I will pass the video presentation for the next presenter, which is it will present about interaction style. Thank you.
Now we will proceed to 10 interaction style. So, the first one is command line. Command line is a text interface for your computer. It is a program that takes in commands which it passes on to the computer's operating system to run. From the command line, you can navigate to files and folders on your computer. So, here is an example of the command line. So, the next one is menu-based interface. Menu-driven interfaces employ a series of screens or menus that a user makes a selection by tapping or clicking on the list format or graphics. It takes them to the next menu screen until they complete the desired outcome. So the menu-based interface is commonly used for workup and use systems such as information kiosks and ATMs machine. Next one is form fill-in. Form fill-in presents screen of information that used to capture information and post it linearly, not to navigate a hierarchical structure. It is used especially for routine, clerical work, or for tasks that require a great deal of data entry. There are two types of form fill-in. The first one is single scrolling screen and multiple linked pages. So next, we will proceed to the direct manipulation. Direct manipulation enables the users to act on display objects of interest using physical, incremental, reversible action. whose effects are immediately visible on the screen. There are three phases of direct manipulation. So the first one is free phase. It is the screen looks before any user action. The second one is captive phase. It is how the screen looks during the user action. And the last one is termination phase. It is about how the screen looks after the user action. And the next one is question and answer. The application will ask question, and when the user provide by answer all necessary data, the application gives the result. Question and answer also called results.
The next one is metaphors. Many interface components already have a metaphor applied to them to communicate what type of interaction take place. For example, I list here some simple interface component with their definition applied. For window is an opening that allows a passage of light. Map, a symbolic depiction between element of a space. Menu, a list of options from which customer choose, usually food. Form, a document with space in which to write and submit a request order application. Even computer is a metaphor. Computer was the original title given to people who carry out calculation and computation. Move to the web navigation. Web navigation refers to the process of moving through and interacting with the website to locate and access its content. It includes all the actions and features that allow user to browse, search, and access different sections and pages of a website. Web navigation typically involves use of menus, link, button, and other interactive elements that help user move from one page to another. So here I will give you two examples of navigation. First, link-based navigation. Link-based navigation is a type of web navigation that uses link or hyperlink to allow user to move between different pages or sections of a website. This type of navigation is one of the common and traditional form of web navigation. Second, search-based navigation. Search-based navigation is a type of web navigation that allows user to locate specific content on a website by entering search queries into a search bar or field. This type of navigation is often used on a website with large amount of content, such as e-commerce sites, mail portal, or online database. Next, three-dimensional environment. A three-dimensional environment, 3D, refers to a digital space that simulates the experience of moving, interacting with objects in 3 dimensions, as opposed to the 2-dimensional 2D spaces typically used in traditional media such as print or television. So this is an example of the 3-dimensional environment. Next, let's move on to the zoomable interface. A zoomable interface is a user interface that allows user to dynamically adjust the scale or level of detail of a digital object, image, or environment. This can be done using zoom control such as button or sliders that allow the user to zoom in and zoom out the content, or by using touch or gesture-based interaction such as pitching and spreading finger on a touchscreen device. Zoomable interfaces are commonly used in applications such as web browser, image viewers, and maps, where users need to explore and navigate large amounts of content in a flexible and efficient way, by allowing users to zoom in on specific details or zoom out to get an overview of content. The last one is natural language. Natural language refers to any language that is used for everyday communication by human beings, such as English, Spanish, Mandarin, and many others. Natural language are categorized by their complexity, ambiguity, and nuance that are the primary means by which people communicate ideas, thought, and emotion with one another. Next, I present about the evolution of human-computer interaction interfaces. Throughout the notice, new models designed morph them into all kinds of shapes, and some are even bendable. Keyboards were redesigned with physical wave and ripples, keys were moved, and function shortcut keys were added. In general, HCI was driven by a need to make personal interaction with computers more ergonomically sound. Then the multi-touch screen came out, and surfaces that were static could suddenly be interacted with. As more display manufacturers jumped into touch technology, browsers came down, and even static displays could be made interactive using overlays. Based on the timeline of evolution in this slide, we could know that the evolution was already started since the 1950s. It started with interface of hardware level for engineers, such as switch panels, for example, punch card for informatics. Next, in 60s to 70s, the evolution was more focused on interface at the programming level, for example, like Common Business Oriented Language, COBOL, and Formula Translation for R. In the 70s to 90s, interface at the internet level like common languages were introduced, while in 80s, interface at the interaction dialogue level like quiz and multimedia were created. During the 90s, there were also interfaces at the word setting, for example like network systems and groupware. While in the 2000s, interface became progressive, for example, Bluetooth technology to hear sound and connect some interactive screens and mobile devices. The evolution of human-computer interaction really affects the past and our present. In the past, the technology more focused on functionality and most of the machines are not user-friendly, less interactive and not intuitive. For example, like old handphone that looks like a big box and quite heavy to bring. The people who use past technology will also need to be technically trained to be able to use the product effectively. But now, the effect of the evolution to human society is making human less interaction with each other since they only focus on the gadget almost the time. Some challenges in the present is functionality should not be at the expense of interactive and have to maximize the potential of the existing technology. This technology is also make our younger generation more comfortable with HCI technology and make them cannot live a second without technology. These are some examples of human-computer interaction technology. In the past, we have traveled back in 1952 and joystick to play video games in 1941. Since the evolution, many modern technologies were created. Speech recognition technology is one of the evolution. For example, products such as Amazon's Alexa and Apple series employ speech recognition to enable user interaction with their devices or cars. Not just that, other example of HCI is eye tracking technology to monitor their personal visual attention. The best evolution for the cameras and people who enjoy digital things must be AR and VR technology that allow humans to interact with the digital world and increase the productivity of their daily tasks. For example, smart glasses enable hands-free and seamless user interaction with the computing system. What is user interfaces? The user interfaces is the point of human-computer interaction and communication in a device. These can include display screens, keyboards, a mouse, and the appearance of the desktop. It's also the way through which a user interacts with an application or a website. As we can see, these are some design of user interfaces for web application and mobile applications. First, we have user website for your ATM students. Next, we have a website called Medium. There is also Maven to interface that was shown in the slide. And lastly, the user interface for Shopee and e-commerce application to shopping online. User interface is not just about design only. There were also included other technologies like smartphones, smartwatch, cars, and also airplane ticket booking. User interfaces technology is quite wide and really help humans to make their life easier. That's all from us, Group 7 from CS2664C. Thank you for your attention and time.
Alright. Okay. Before I comment on the video sharing, okay, let us do a quiz first. Alright, quiz for topic 2. So based on your friend sharing just now, okay, let's do a quiz. The content, the quiz actually is if you focus on your friend's presentation, the answer was there actually. Okay. That's why the quiz is to see that your understanding and your focus lah. Right, let me share in the chat box. Okay. Okay, 5 minutes or less. Everyone complete in 28 response. Do a quiz first. Okay, while you do a quiz, okay, let me give a comments on the video sharing. Okay, I hope the next group, okay, who do sharing, okay, will make it more better and better lah. Normally macam tu lah. Bila saya komen, you nampak, you make a change. Okay. That's why I call it a sharing session. So you don't actually give a lecture like what I did, okay? Because I have no choice. I need to use the slide, okay, what given by the resource person, okay, and the content is like that. Only sometimes I give example is based on my experience and also relate with real situations. Yeah? For the sharing, okay, you don't actually follow the sequence of the lecture. You know, I'm giving a lecture for 2 hours, right? You are only give 15 minutes or less for sharing. So what you can do is should be differently because you are sharing the understanding of that topic to your friends. What you can do is, of course, I give you the content, but you not necessarily follow the content. You can use your creativity. Okay. Normally, what I prefer is first you need to, of course, change change the design, right? Because we are learning HCI. So you see my slide is not as HCI kan? So you change it, alright? Based on your punya slide, okay? Don't just use it. Tadi yang first part tu dia guna je slide saya kan, which is not good actually. Okay? You are reading same things what I did, right? Okay? So that's why sometimes you over the 15 minutes because of course that's my lecture for 2 hours. You are giving only a few minutes, 15 minutes maximum for sharing. So first, give overview what the topic all about. Okay, and then you make a summary. So this you don't have to follow the sequence of the slide. Okay, you can make your own creativity. You make a map ke, you base on what you understand. Okay, and I want you to put more example, more trending case study to make your friends more understand about the topic. Okay, if you can make your friends more understand, which is better lah sebenarnya, you are the one who share, got the advantage of more understanding. Okay? And then you share with everyone. Okay? And then I explain more lagi. Wow, that's the perfect thing. That's my intention actually, to make you more understand each of the topic. Okay? And towards the end, okay, you do a summary. So to tell us again, so the conclusion about the topic is about something like that. And it's good to highlight the important part. You use a pointer, you put a highlight, so you show the emphasis of certain word that your friends think that, okay, that's the good information. That's the important part that we need to focus on, for example. And the use of tone. Okay, the last part tadi, yang ujung-ujung tadi, change the design, which is good. But if you want to make improvement, okay, I mean for the next sharing lah, what you can do is play with tonations. Like what I did now, right? I didn't talk same tone. It will make you all boring, right? Okay, today what we have so far learned is all about this, and do you think can understand what I'm talking about? Okay, so I play with the tonation, so to emphasize some of the things that you need to focus on, something like that. Same thing. Okay, so play the tone. Don't look like you read all the text. So if you read, people can actually what you read and what people see in the screen, same thing, right? So people will know that, oh, you read all the text actually. You don't explain to me pun macam tu kan. So try. I want to see creativity on your side, because like I told you, my patient is my students. Okay? So every batch, every students have their own creativity. That's why that's my obsess and patient of the students. Alright, so hopefully the next sharing will make it more better sharing. Okay, remember, this is your sharing sessions, not your lecture session. Kan? Lecture is for me. Alright, so alright, this is to have a good practice of communication skill. So if you always do presentations, you keep doing a communications presentation skill, it will improve better and better. That's my intention, to improve the soft skill and also to make you understand more better. Okay, now we have 18 response. Okay, can you make it more fast? Because it's 11:58. And also those have quiz, right? Okay, let me share understanding level vote. Okay, so normally I will do these two things lah. The quiz, okay, to make sure that you understand and focus with your friends' presentations. And another thing, check in the chat box again. I shared the link for voting. This is to show the understanding level. Okay, like this. If you think that you understand the sharing just now, the sharing just now, more than 50%, choose yes. If you think that you get 5%, 10% below than 50%, say half, maybe half, choose half. If you think that you couldn't understand at all, choose no. Alright? So don't worry about this, because this is for me to identify what is the hard topic, what is the easier topic. Okay? So and also your friends, Anila, to see your friends sharing lah. You understand more or not, or you get something from it or not, something like that. Okay, so those done the quiz, please also do a voting. Okay, do a voting. Alright. So group those doing the sharing, also you also need to do voting, because who knows, right? You do a sharing but you also don't know what you are sharing, kan? Boleh juga. You also need to do a vote. Yeah, but don't worry. Don't worry. Doctor, can we present our screen and switch on our camera for our presentation? You mean for the topic sharing? Topic sharing, you only give me the video. Okay, that's why, because I want to limit the time. Okay, I don't want to the whole of 2-hour session is on your sharing. That's why I limit the time. That's why you need to do a recording of the sharing. Give me only the video in MP4 format. Send me the link of Google Drive in your WhatsApp group. Okay, you don't need to do a live presentation. But okay, when I play your video like your friend just now, it will be good if those doing the topic sharing open your camera so that people know, oh, okay, Amirul yang tengah buat ni, oh, Adriana yang tengah buat ni, oh, Zaid yang tengah buat ni, contohlah. Your group, okay? Open camera. That's will be good lah. Will be good. That's normally. But like I said lah, actually I don't want to push you to use your data to open camera. But if you think that you should do that, because my recommendation, yes, those group are do sharing, you need to turn on camera. But you don't need to do a live sharing. Okay, live sharing bila kita buat presentation nantilah, the project presentation or the task presentation. For topic sharing, I want to limit only maximum 15 minutes or less. That's why you only give me the video, do a recording. And recording is up to you. You can do any platform, you can show me all your creativity from the video sharing. Boleh faham, Arif? Okay. Okay, Arif, hopefully you can understand. Okay, alright, thank you. Okay, so let me check. It's already 12, alright. Because you come so late, so please lah. Kalau tunggu pun 5 minutes okay lah, but more than 10 minutes, wow, it's more than enough. It's too much lah, too much. Alright, so I already received 29. Ada yang jawab 2 kali ke? Jangan jawab 2 kali. No need to do 2 times. Okay, answer only once. Alright, so I close the response, and those have not yet do a level understanding vote. Currently, I only have 14 votes. I need 6 more. At least I get 20 votes. Okay, 6%, 5. Okay, 15. 5 more. Those have not yet do a voting for a level of understanding. Check in the chat box. There is last link that I give you a pulley. Okay, so do a voting lah. Alright, 16, 4 more. And don't worry if, yes, you need to put your name right, but don't worry, it's just for me to check which topic is hard for you or easy for you lah, instead of your friends sharing just now. Okay. Alright. Okay, 2 more, 18 now. 2 more. Who else haven't do a voting? Because we have 28 here. So to get 20, I think should easy lah, kan? Because I don't make compulsory everyone need to do voting actually. Okay, but okay, I need at least 20. That's why those have not done yet, please 2 more votes. Now 19. Okay, 1 more, 19 votes. 1 more. Okay, 1 more. Okay, because you take 10 minutes time of me, so I need a few more minutes, okay, to finish everything. Alright, I already received 20 votes. So based on the level of understanding, 90%, say half, right? You get something, 5, 10, 20, it's okay. At least you get something. And the good thing, no one said no. Yes, that's good, that's good. And 10%, which is 2 students, 2 participants say yes, which is they get more than 50. I think this one is those yang do the slide. I'm not sure. Ashraf dengan Amirul ke yang buat slide. I'm not sure. But if yang not doing this slide sharing, but you can get more than 50, lagi good, right? Okay. All right, let's check the answer for chapter 2. All right, from here, yeah, 21 get a full marks. 6 correct one, okay, get 1 point, and 2 wrong both answer. Okay, so let's check question number 1. Which design paradigm involve user directly manipulating object on the screen to perform tasks? I think the keyword here you can get manipulating, direct manipulating, which is direct manipulations the answer lah, kan? Question number 2, what is an advantage of the direct manipulation paradigm? Okay, so because of its direct manipulations and it use image, right? So actually it reduce cognitive load by mapping physical action to on-screen action. They guna on-screen direct manipulations. So most of you get correct answer lah. Okay, and your friends also did mention the advantage and disadvantage for each of the style, right? Paradigm style, right? All right. Okay. All right. I think that's all for today. Any question? So tomorrow we will have an online class. Okay. So please, if can, be punctual, right? Okay. So that we can finish early. Actually, our class referring in the timetable, we should start at 10 and we finish 10 minutes before 12, right? Because of we start late, okay, that's why a little bit extra time. Any question? Okay, don't worry about the topic 2 yet. Tomorrow I will explain on topic 2. Okay, if you, because some of you, most of you get only half or below than half, right? So hopefully after my explanation tomorrow, those yang say maybe half ni can move to yes. You don't have to move actually. I mean the understanding level will change to more than 50%. I don't expect 100%. Of course, we couldn't remember everything, right? But the understanding is important. So if more than 50, enough already. That's a good thing. All right. So if no other questions, I see you tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we still have a class. Okay. With that, thank you everyone. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you, Doctor.
Welcome.